These ain't glorified gang of prison stories, man. These is lived experiences. Welcome back to the Swing Glow Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family, man. Salute to everybody for joining me. Now, look, before I jump into what I'm going to jump into, please let me take this opportunity now to ask you, if you haven't already did it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swing Glow Podcast Show. Do Rod Creep. It won't cost you a dime. It helps us get further into the algorithm, and that's definitely the goal. And as we climb further into the algorithm, guess what? Y'all come along with us for that ride, for that journey, for that trip. So again, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swing Glow Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. I would greatly appreciate that. And make sure y'all hit the notification bell so when we drop these lives, or I just so happen to drop a premiere video, y'all will be right there front and center for it. You won't miss a beat for nothing. You feel me? Salute to all of y'all that have became part of this roundtable family. Now, look, man, I just did a video a few days ago, right? That I have been receiving, for the most part, it's been a lot of love, man. You feel me? It's been a lot of love. Shout out to 16 to Life, first and foremost. That's my bro. That's my bro right there. You feel me? Shout out to him, man. Nothing but love and respect to bro. You feel me? Shout out to Damian Porter, too, from the Inside Story, man. Another guy that I was in prison with. Right now, he did a reaction to the video that I'm going to address right now, right? And apparently, Damian Porter don't remember who I am, although me and him was in prison together on the same yard in the same building. However, he was upstairs, I was downstairs. Now, how the program is ran, like everybody that's upstairs typically programmed together. They run the different tiers at different times. So everybody that's upstairs programmed together, everybody that's downstairs programmed together. So we never really got to interact like that, although we was in the same exact building. You feel me? But me and him did business together, quite a few times. However, he did have better relationships with my homeboys that was around me. You feel me? And I'm a dude that's in the cut, man. I'm only seen and heard from when need to be. Outside of that, how I conduct myself on this YouTube space is exactly how I conduct myself in prison, on the streets of society. Those of y'all that know me, y'all know this. So I put no extras on anything that I will ever present about myself here at this round table. You can bet that. Okay, but shout out to the homie Big China man, the big fella, Damian Porter, over at the Inside Story, man. Great podcast. I've been saying from day one, how great of content that bro push over there, as well as 16 to Life, as well as my boy Biff, and a few others that I'm definitely fans of. Okay, now look. Like I said, I did this video the other day in regards to the PCs, the SNYs, the 50/50s, right? All one and the same. All one and the same, right? Addressing these guys that has been jumping out there, coming fresh off these prison PC yards, right? With the super aggressive push, right? On, I don't want to just pinpoint out those as being gang members because they might classify themselves as being something else. And I'm not here to put a false tag on anybody. However, if you're gang affiliated, right, then bro, the rules apply to those that's gang affiliated. Point blank, period. Okay? Point blank, period. So let me say this to the SNY PC 50/50 guys. I'm just going to say SNY. I'm just going to say PC because that's what it all is, bro. I've said it before. I will continue to say it again. There's no separation when it comes to these guys. When somebody is placed on a 50/50 yard, right, you can get there for a number of different reasons. You can end up on a PC yard for a removal off the yard, right? But you have to be the one to go to the administration and tell them that your safety is in jeopardy by being on the main line in general population. You have to go to these people and tell them that. They don't just place you on one of those yards by chance. And this is another thing that I'm frustrated by, right? And I have to make this clear, right? If people are constantly approaching these guys that have paroled off these PCSNY prison yards, the only thing that y'all are going to get is their perspective, right? All these people keep reaching out to people that's paroling off these PC yards and asking them questions. Curiosity, hey, about prison is humongous. People want to know what really goes on behind the walls, right? So it sickens me that people run to somebody that has just paroled off a PC yard and they're giving you down these watered down versions of what prison is. And I am here to correct all of that. Why? Because I'm in prison, first and foremost. I am in prison. Okay, let me show y'all, because I don't do this all the time, bro. I don't do this all the time, right? But it sickens me when people run to these PC dudes. It's been about 6 or 7 of them that has jumped out there and has given their false testimonies on what prison is, what the general population is, what the mentalities of people that's on the general populations are, and all this false BS. Right? Let me show y'all something, because I don't usually do this, and I hope I don't mess my reception up. If my reception go out, don't none of y'all leave. I will be right back in. But look at this, man. Let me show y'all something, man. Hold up. As a matter of fact, I'm in a prison cell. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't feel like moving this stuff around and having to go through all. But I'm inside of a prison cell. Okay, as bad as I want to show y'all this BS, you know what I'm saying? I'm inside of a prison cell. And that's nothing to brag about. Don't mistake me telling y'all that or bringing anything to this platform as bragging, as glorifying, because it's the complete opposite. That's another thing I get tired of hearing. Well, you an OG. You've been in prison for 31 years. Why you not trying to teach the youth to stay out of there? What the fuck do you think I've been doing? Hey, we are very consistent here at this roundtable from day one. Our push has been positive, trying to stir people, not just youngins, old heads that don't know better as well, away from prison, away from jail. But it's counterproductive when that voice is being sounded out by these dudes that's jumping off these PC prison yards, that's giving these bigger platforms. And I know the reason why, because that's a safer go-to. They feel like it's a safer go-to because, oh, he went PC. He ain't no real threat. He's only going to be a threat to the people that sent him to the PC yard. So let's bring him on, give him all the shine, all the glory, and let him tell the masses about his prison experience. And they give these fools this platform and they jump up there and they just take a crap over what they once stood for, what they once stood on, was structured. And here it is that you have people, jumping out there that criticize me for speaking the truth. A person that's in prison, a whole bunch of y'all not in prison, and I hope a whole bunch of y'all don't ever have to come to prison. The importance of having a platform like this, and like a Damian Porter's, and like a 16 of Life, and like the Chaos Chronicles, and so on and so on, right, is to get the truth. Nothing watered down. It's the truth. How the hell is we being crucified for delivering the truth? And y'all or putting these PCs on a pedestal? The dudes, listen, all their stories is the same. All their stories is the same. Go back and look at a lot of these dudes' videos that are known, confirmed rat PC dudes, right? And I'm not saying 50-50 and SNY and all that shit. You know why? Because it's the same. They're PC, period. Oh, he went over there. He came to prison with a year, and that's how he ended up over there on that yard, right? Hey, listen, listen, bro. And however, you also have those that end up on those yards doing all the gang bang and all this and that, right? All these crazy things, like I pointed out to y'all in the other video that I did, right? Right? Doing all these crazy things, but when it's time to hit that level 4 general population, it's a whole different ball game for a lot of these dudes. So you cannot tell me not to feel offended when I've been on a general population, mainly level 4, for a good 98% of my time in prison, the whole 31 years. I've been through everything, every worst possible bad thing that you can imagine when it comes to being in gladiator school. Prison has not been a cakewalk for me at all, which is why I can sit here so humbly and describe to y'all in real detail on what prison really is. I remember all the race riots. I remember having all these people running at me with knives trying to take my life. See, it's a difference when you have people running at you taking your life in comparisons to you getting bobopped a couple of times, on some DP type of stuff, or you know what I'm saying? Hey, I've been chased with knives, bro. And guess what? None of that has sent me to a SNY PC 50-50 yard. I've went at it with some of my homeboys. None of that has sent me to a SNY PC yard. Okay? And those of y'all that know who Do Rock Creep is, y'all know this. Y'all know this. So it's offensive when I see these dudes that tell all these crazy stories about what they done in the Los Angeles County Jail, what they was doing out on the streets, all the bodies they got in their belt, supposedly, all the fights they had, right? Supposedly, all the sticking food items in other men's body part rectums, right? All these crazy things, right? But when it's time to hit that level 4 prison yard, that's where it all stopped. Oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do it. I'm going straight 50-50 so I can hurry up and get home to my kids and my family. Hey man, listen, I got a family that loves me and I love them. I've been out of their life for 31 years. Really, it's been longer than that. But I'm just gonna count the 31 straight that I've been gone. Y'all subtract 31 years out of y'all life. And wherever you was at 31 years ago, guess where I was at? Right here. Right here. Right? On the general population, level 4 yard. Not marking the game. And see, and this is something else that I got to point out to y'all, right? You're not going to hear too many general population level 4 dudes jumping out there giving a SNY PC any type of acknowledgement. That's just something that we don't do. However, it has to be a voice for us. And when I say us, I mean the dudes that has been standing strong. You feel me? I know the gang banging shit ain't right. I know it ain't. It never has been. But a lot of us jump into that at a young age. We make a lot of our decisions based around that lifestyle. That's true. Then we grow older and we understand the game a lot more. So now you have a whole different level of knowledge up under your belt. Now, how you choose to grow as a man, that's all up on you. If you age out of the gangbanging shit, age out of it. Ain't nothing wrong with honorable discharge from the game. Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. I salute change. I've changed. I'm not the same gang banging motherfucker I used to be 31 years ago. Hell, I'm not the same gang banging motherfucker I used to be 10 years ago. However, when it comes to the code of ethics on what you stand for, see, I pointed this out in the other video, and I'm gonna point it out again because it's important that I do. It's always about the protection of the people that's in your community. That's what it's supposed to be about. Meaning the women, the kids, the elders. We supposed to be their biggest protectors. As a gang member, that's supposed to be your ultimate goal, or was, right? So if I'm a protector within that lifestyle, right? Bam, I go to prison and I'm pushing that same push. Y'all can't turn around and ask me to go down to a level 3 yard and hang around everything that I've always taught to protect my community from child rapists or rapists of any kind, rats, chomos, homos, dropouts. We were supposed to be protecting our communities from these people. So you mean to tell me, and look, that ain't something that I came along and created. This was implanted long before I came into the game. Am I a dinosaur? Yes, I'm a proud dinosaur. You feel me? We got to take that word, man, and put that word up on a pedestal, because a whole bunch of you dudes will never make dinosaur status. These gray hairs, I earned that. My elder age, I earned that. I got a lot of homies that didn't make it this far. I'm 53. A lot of my homies died in their teens before they even hit the age of 20. I'm a proud dinosaur, but I'm a dinosaur that's knowledgeable of what the rules is, what you are and aren't to do. Right? Do I push the gang narrative? Absolutely not. No, I don't encourage people to go in their communities and destroy the things that I was doing when I was out there as a young dude. Nah, I don't do that. All I try to do is tell y'all to be better thinkers, be smarter. If you're going to be a gang member, be smarter about it, if that's what you choose to do. Right? And also stand on that shit. Be a gang member all the way. You can't be a 50-50 gang member. You can't be a 50-50 gang member, bro. Think about all the homies, rest in peace. They didn't do nothing 50-50. They lost their life full-fledged in that shit. Frontlining it. Everything that we supposed to be upholding, protecting, they died for it. And those of us that still here are reaping the benefits of these people's deaths. Right? And a lot of y'all not worthy of that, bro. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all not. Because anytime you're doing a 50-50 gangbanging thing, and what I mean by that, you full-fledged member on the street. When you got that pistol, you feel me? You got 50 of your homies around you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a camera in front of y'all, and y'all doing all these gang signs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all dissing dudes' hoods, and y'all dissing dudes' dead homies. You feel me? Y'all doing all these disrespectful things, then you get locked up. You go to the Los Angeles County Jail, bro, and all the foulness, right? And those bad habits, bad character traits, bad everything, y'all try to take that into the prison system with you. And that's where you meet your fate. That's where you meet your fate at. So then it becomes these guys that couldn't make the cut, right? They get sent on their way, either airlifted or they take that hospital trip on the ambulance off the yard. You know how many times I've seen that happen to a lot of tough guys. These dudes, they praise the PCs that once had squabble game, that once was, as people will refer to them as gunners on the street. They praise these dudes. You know how many of those type of people is on the 50-50 PCRs right now? It's a whole bunch of them. But all those deeds that they did as gang members, once they enter to the PC, you can shut all that down. None of that stuff no longer count, which means the benefits that you once had as a homie, such as calling a dude for a fade, man, that's out. You think that you get the same benefits as somebody that is in the trenches, that has been in the trenches, that ain't never snitched, ain't never marked out, ain't never even considered going no SNY PC, on those main lines, standing strong and firm. You don't get no fair nothing, period. And that's up under that gang life. So I'm saying, if you're a gang member, be a gang member all the way. Don't half-ass it. When it's time to go sit down and do that time as you was doing your time on the streets, as you was doing your time in the LA County Jail as active gang members. You go to prison and you violate something, or you go with a bad charge on your name, or anything that's deemed bad, stand as a gang member and take what you got coming. Period. Moving the goalposts back or attempting to, and this is another thing, bro, that I really have to address, right? This is what's confusing about a lot of dudes I see, that call themselves gang members or gang affiliates or whatever, right? You want to be looked at as a real one. You jump online, you jump behind these cameras, you feel me, and you want to be looked at as a real one. People usually gravitate to what they feel is real, right? So if your whole persona is, oh, I'm a real Crip, or I'm a real Blood, I'm a real this, I'm a real that, you feel me? And you get to telling these stories and people is actually feeling that shit, right? So bam, now you got an audience, right? Now you got the eyes and ears of the masses, but you're embraced as a real one, supposedly. But how the fuck can you be a real one, bro, when you socializing with bad people? People that has been to these yards. People that has told on people. People that has turned other people's lives upside down because for whatever reason, they couldn't make the cut. You feel me? So y'all have to start questioning some of these dudes that call themselves content creators that is joining forces with these guys that got bad marks on their report cards. And what I mean by having bad marks on their report cards, if you are a gang member or an alleged gang member or an associate of that lifestyle, right? There's no way in hell you should be socializing with a person that was on a PC yard, for one. There's no way you should be socializing with a person that is doing every single thing possible that they can to make themselves look like government informants, rats, snitches. But see, y'all got to understand what's going on, because I'm peeping it. These dudes, they got bad marks on their names, on their report cards. They positioning themselves all over social media. Don't find it weird or strange that certain people is friends with certain peoples. Certain peoples deal with certain peoples. Don't find it strange. But they supposed to be real. They wanted y'all to embrace them as real gang members, real Crips and Bloods. Don't find it strange when you see that these dudes are aligning themselves with these foul characters. It's just who they are. They may not have been to a PC yard like some of their comrades have, but best believe birds of a feather flock together, point blank period. And like I said in my other video, hey man, if you are a person that is friends with a SNY PC rat, socialize with an SNY PC rat, you know, hang with them or any of that stuff, bro, we would never be friends. And you might be saying on the other side of this camera, I'm cool with that. Fuck your jail ass anyway. Hey, what I eat will never make you poop, and vice versa. However, it's time for the real ones to stand up, bro. Because these dudes is trying to push a cold, false narrative on real ones. Dudes that ain't never been in no courthouse on no witness stand pointing out another man. Dudes that ain't never pretended to be these active, hyped up gang members, but when it comes to doing prison time, they can't do it, so they PC up and they go lay with the chomos, the homos, you feel me, and the dropouts. How can y'all ever take these people serious? They not even entertainment. That's not entertainment, bro. That's not. Stop looking to these PC dudes for answers when it comes to prison, when you got so many different great content creators that give y'all the real live versions of what prison is. Give y'all the real life version. There's nothing watered down about where I'm at. There's nothing watered down about where I've been for the last 31 years. And I know there's some people out there, well, you've been in 31 years, you just should be the last thing. No. Y'all don't get to tell me how the narrative go when you have so many people that's working to wipe out the real dudes and put in place of the real PC, SNY dropout rats. It needs to be more real dudes that's out there, and I know they out there. I've been seeing y'all. Again, shout out to Damian Porter, the Inside Story. Again, shout out to 16 of Life. Again, shout out to Trigger Bird. I forgot to mention bro too. Trigger Bird, I caught his video. He said damn near verbatim what I said. Damn near verbatim. And from what Damian Porter been saying, he's been saying the same exact shit. And these dudes been getting crucified by these PC rats that should not have a fucking voice. That should not have a voice, period. And I know it ain't just us handful that feel like that. But then again, it's a lot of real homies, bro, that's not camera people. They not internet people. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You got a lot of real homies, and that's why I say they talking about this PC ass dude talking about, oh, the streets is dead. That's over you. Buster is dead for you because you went PC. Of course you feel like that. You couldn't make the cut. All that, man, bro, I've seen some of the stuff that has been said by some of these dudes, bro. But what's more even disgusting to me is you have gang members, right? From what I know, ain't never did no PC, Buster, nothing. That's praising this dude. Oh, he got squabble. He'll do this. I don't give a fuck about that dude fight gang. That is voided. He went PC, SNY. That shit is a wrap. If that's the case, we need to start praising every one of them dudes that's over there on them PC yards with them bad peoples. Period. If something happened to one of y'all kids, a chomo get a hold of one of y'all kids, and that person that do something to one of y'all kids just so happen to come to jail and y'all don't get no action at doing nothing to him, the first thing y'all gonna be doing is, oh, he in jail. Why they ain't got him? Why they ain't done nothing to him? Oh, now Now y'all want the thug to come in, right? Now, now y'all want the level 4 prisoner to show up on y'all behalf because he touched one of y'all little kids, huh? But in the same sentence, go down to the level 3, man. Do your time and come home. That a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? That's such disrespect. After all the miles that I walked on these level 4 general population yards, all the riots, you feel me? All the DPs I had to put down, all the trips in and out the shoe program, in and out the holes, losing property, having to start all over. Y'all niggas don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know having to go back there sitting in that hole with no TV, no nothing. Nigga just read material. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Busting down. Mandatory Mando bust down, nigga, on the shoe yards, nigga, in the hole. Getting by off of state food, state lunches, nigga. I done posted many videos of how they feed you in prison. That's the shit that they feed you just enough to get you by, to get you through the day so you won't pass away. Just enough. You fought one time and that whole meal you ate is gone, bro. But we back there busting down, machine in motion, strong. Y'all would never know about them days, bro. Seeing dudes back there in the hole getting gunned down, putting in work. Them the days that I come from. All the riots. I've been shot in the head. Not with the mini, with the wooden block guns. I've been shot with them many a times. I've been jumped. I've told y'all different stories, man, about, you know what I'm saying, the different riots and all I've told y'all. This ain't no game with me. This a whole bunch of OGs, man, that have been through the trenches, that have voices, but they sounded out by these PCSNY rats that is given these platforms to go on and give watered down versions and then turn around and shit on the dudes that ain't got no smut on their jacket, on their records. And I'm deemed the old dinosaur, grumpy, mad because I got life in prison. Yeah, I'm mad as a motherfucker. I got life in prison, but I'm not mad at the world. I want back in the world. I want my freedom back, and best believe we are working every single day to make that happen. And I promise you, my chance back out there is not going to be a waste. All this is for, trust me, all this is for a purpose, bro. I'm not like, I'm not gonna say no names, but praise this, praise that. You know what I'm saying? And then get out on the dead homies, cuz this, that, cuz this, that. Man, bro, come on. Niggas is pausing and starting back when they want to game bang, when they want to be gang members and shit. When you don't want to be a gang member, you push the pause button. Then you go back, you go to being the PC nigga that you are, the PC rat that you are. But when you want to be a gang member, unpause it, start. Cuz dead homies, this and that, man. Get the fuck up out of here with that fake ass shit. You niggas, man, hey, and people are accepting of this. There's no way. If I know that a person is a PC or has been on a PC yard or is friends with a guy that's a PC or has been, there's no way in my right conscious mind that I will ever sit down and entertain you. The only reason why these dudes is getting entertainment from me right now is because real niggas need to stand up. There needs to be a voice for us. The dudes that has walked down all those years in prison with no smut on their name. Straight up on general population yards, bro, that's been doing it. I can name so many. Shout out to all the homies that was up on death row that they finally brought down from San Quentin and spread all throughout on these level 4 yards. You feel me? It's a blessing to have them dudes off of death row from up there, bro. And for a PCSNY rat to get out and say F this and F, you saying F all these dudes that have made sacrifices that your mark ass would never make. You saying F all the homies that rest in peace, that gave the ultimate sacrifice, which was their life. So yeah, I'm super offended by it. But I'm even more offended by some of you dudes that call yourself gang members that is accepting of this shit. Instead of crucifying these dudes for being the PCs that they are, I see niggas praising, oh, this nigga, he got hands. He'll get down, he'll do it. Man, don't nobody give a fuck about that. A real one not finna give him that. If you are a real gang member that know the rules, man, y'all know goddamn well there is no fair one with nobody that went PC. If that's the case, all these chomos will be all the way accepted back on the main line. They're not on the main lines for a reason. Okay? And again, you end up on those bad yards, right? Either you violated a rule in general population, or you came with bad charges on your name and it caught up to you. Okay? So bam. Or you just drop out and want to go and you tell on everything that you know around you to get there. And if they deem the information that you give to them credible, then guess what? They'll send you then. They know they got to send you because you done gave up a whole bunch of information on the whole fucking yard. And y'all done got the yard flipped upside down. That's how a lot of them rats leave the yard. They tell everything that they know. They be there just long enough to find out a whole bunch of information. Who's selling dope? Who got phones? Who doing this? Who doing that? And they take that shit right to the goon squad. And guess what? 3 o'clock in the morning, you getting hit. You getting your dope kicked in. Straight to the hole. While this rat is sitting in the comfort and safety of a prison cell on his way to a PC yard. Where he gonna get over there, right, and join one of the prison gangs, one of the Deuce 5 gangs, or the gay side, gay boy gangster gang, or one of them gangs that they got over there, right? And then get out and start woofing about the dudes that's on the GP, right? Instead of being a real one, like a lot of y'all would have the public believe you are. And whatever charge you brought up on, niggas, stay on that main line and fight it out. Don't go to no fucking PC yard and get the woofing. Remember, they pushing the pause button on their gangsterism. Push pause. I don't want to be a gangster no more. I'm PC. I hate the hood. I hate the general population. I hate the level 4s. This is why. Then when it's time to game, oh, push start again. And now you calling niggas out for phase and all, man, get up out of here, bro. You a black eye to where you from. You a black eye to the gang. You a black eye to the people that sacrificed their life for you. You a black eye to the people that's still within that community. All the way. Boo boo. Straight up. And to you people, right? Which it ain't many. It ain't many. But to you people, right, that has any bad thing to say about me, as far as, you know, I seen a few of the comments, right? Right? Hey, the only thing I can tell y'all is this, bro. You viewing all this from the safety of your home. You viewing all this from the safety of your phone. I'm almost positive if you were standing in front of a person like myself or a Damian Porter or any of these guys that I know, to not have no smut on their name, to be a real genuine character, real men, not gang members, men, right? Y'all would never in a million years utter any of those words out of your mouth, anything of disrespect. Never. I can't see you doing it. Never. Not without catching something. Not without catching something. See, I'm not one of those guys that, you know, I glamorize violence or any of that type of stuff, right? But I'm not in prison for being nice. I'm not in prison for, you know, being a clown. I'm not in prison for being a liar. Right? I'm in prison for real charges, bro. 187s. And again, that's nothing to brag about. But you have to take into account, right, within your own self, in your mind, in your right conscience, of the things that y'all say about certain people that can't get to you. Because you don't never know how the wind is going to shift, and that person can end up right in your face. And you're going to be expected to stand on whatever energy that's negative that you're putting out there. You're going to be expected to stand on that shit. Just like I'm willing to when I speak on these PC dudes. And no, I'm not mentioning no name. That's another thing. Why he not saying people's names that he talking about and blah, 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 right? Well, this message isn't for one person. This message is for all PC, SMY rats. All of y'all. Black, white, Hispanic, other. It don't matter. This is for all of y'all. Sympathize, especially you sympathizers. I've been seeing, man, hey, man, I've been seeing some real cold sympathizing dudes, bro. You feel me? That call themselves standing behind these weirdos. Y'all stand behind those that would rather go and chill with somebody that could have done something very horrible to one of your children. Somebody that possibly could have got one of your people a life sentence or sentence. Well, this is who y'all would lower your gangbanging status to go kick it with because you think that shit is gonna get you home. That shit not gonna get you home. It's not. Do not be fooled by this shit. Going SMY, going 50-50 is not gonna take 50% off of your time. Hey, y'all can't be that stupid to think the 50-50 mean you get 50% of your time taken off. You a dumb motherfucker if you believe that, bro. CDC has no control over the time that you can do. The only thing the CDC has control over is milestones. They can take off a couple of weeks here or a week there. You feel me? But just ultimately letting you go home, no, nigga, that's the courts. That's the board of prison terms. Those are the only people that can let you go. So do not be fooled by the false narratives of people going to these 50-50 yards and thinking that's going to get you home faster. Because it's not. I'm on a level 4 general population yard, bro, where I've been doing my time peacefully. Right. And something else that Big China Man pointed out as far as the prisons being soft and not hot, they are. I just said this the other day. They are. And you know what? In comparisons to how it used to be to how it is now, bro, I just described to y'all, right, the wars. A lot of these dudes ain't seen no real war, not in prison, not in no jail. When you going at it with the Hispanics, this is where I have to give the Hispanic community their props, right? Because when it's time to get cracking, when it's time to go, they gonna go. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No questions asked. They're gonna go. And let's just say they decide to go on the blacks, right? Well, the blacks better be ready for that. In which everything that we do, how we are programmed in here on these level 4 yards, we're ready. We as ready could be. And that's what a lot of them dudes is afraid of. But guess what? It's not like how it used to be with all these riots. These dudes got it easy. I just told y'all the other day. Lockdown no longer than 10 days at the most. I remember being on lockdown for over a year. Calipatria, 1999 to 2000 and something. 2000 in the mid 2000, late 2000, early 2001. when that war was going on between us and the Hispanics, right? Where dudes was getting effed off. Them wars are no joke. A lot of these dudes ain't seen that. They ain't had to, you know, go to the shower with your knife right there on you. I remember a time when I used to shower with my boots on, laced up, suited and booted. Everything else would be off except the boots and the knife right there. That's how on it was. These dudes ain't seen them type of days, bro, where you got to have usalama on you everywhere you go on the yard. Everywhere. You got to go use the bathroom, it's finna be 10 homies going with you. Oh, you need to walk over here to the canteen, 10 homies going with you. Oh, over here, 10 homies going with you. You going to the basketball court, 10 homies going with you. That's what usalama is, bro. That's how on it was. This day and age is nothing like that. They got it easy, and these dudes still can't do their time on a level 4 mainline yard. They cater to you dudes now. They giving you bullshit tablets now. 10 days of lockdown and it's over with. That's it. They catering to you soft ass dudes, and that you can't even take back. Straight to the SNY. And you dudes that's out there pushing the narrative, oh, these dudes are old. They've been on these level 4 yards all these years. They're mad at the world. They're crashing their young homies out because they don't want them to go home. They want them to be on the level 4 with them. Y'all some motherfucking fools, bro. Come on. Come on, man. How much sense do that make, bro? How much sense do that make? Y'all really have to start questioning the shit that a lot of these dudes are saying. I have never encouraged none of my homeboys to do no bunk shit. And my homies will tell you, bro, 9 times out of 10, if it's a situation, you know, where some work have to be put in, my old ass is right there on the front line. Always have been. I was always the one catching the cases. I've been to all these crazy ass foreign courthouses in all these different cities, getting charged with new crimes, stabbings, great bodily injuries, attempted homicides. And again, no, that's not bragging. That's letting y'all know that this shit is real and it's always been real with me. That's why my mentality is the way that it is. It's not about bragging about no gang shit or no prison shit or none of that. It's about the truth. Why in the hell, in my right conscious mind, would I sit and watch a PC on this screen lie and paint a false narrative on a person like myself who's on the general population level 4 yard and be cool with that and let that shit slide, and then see the same motherfuckers calling dudes active gang members or gang associates out for fades, doing a live broadcast. This nigga trying to reestablish his name in the eyes of the people. How you get mad for being called a PC when you paroled off a PC yard? How you get mad for being called a PC? That's what you are. Period. And this is something else to you people that don't understand, right? Y'all telling these young dudes to go to the level 3 50-50 yards, right? This is what I want y'all to keep in mind, bro. You advise them to do that. If they ain't got a lot of time and they go to one of those yards, right? And they go down there and they mess up, well, they got to send them somewhere. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to send them back to a level 4 general population mainline yard. But they send them back with that mark on their report card of being SNY. And guess what happens? They get X'd off the yard for being amongst bad people. You are now considered to be no good. And I don't care how you ended up on one of those yards. The point is, you was there. Ain't no getting around that. You can't come back after going through one of those yards and reestablish your name amongst no real niggas and think you gonna call motherfuckers out for a fade and you get that? Okay. Yeah, come on, come back here. I'm gonna give you that fade. Come back here, come behind this building. You feel me? But then again, the guy that did that on the live broadcast, he probably wanted the police to know I called this dude out for a face, or if something do happen to me like that, he did it. Y'all got him red-handed. But to prevent putting yourself in an awkward situation like that, real game members, y'all niggas know better, bro. You've been to prison before. If you've ever been to prison before, my nigga, you know better. You're not supposed to be sitting on no fucking panel with no PC SNY rap. I don't give a fuck how good the person can fight. I don't care how many bodies he got up under his belt. None of that. You went PC, SNY, all that shit is out the window. It no longer counts. And no, I'm not underestimating that person because they went there. I'm saying I'm overestimating me because I know how I'm going to respond to that situation. If I know and you came from a bad yard, oh man, it's curtains. Period. As an active gang member or gang associate or affiliate, whatever you classify yourself as. Because I'm not trying to put titles on nobody. I'm just saying. But if you consider yourself a gang member, bro, man, that's out of a PC calling the nigga out for a fade. Right? Go to your core and call out all those dudes that voted you off the island for those fades. Why you ain't do none of that? Go to your hood. Call them out for the fades. But these dudes think strategically, they're smart. They think they playing chess, but they really playing checkers. But y'all have to be smarter and savvy enough to understand what the fuck is going on. They trying to push all the real niggas out the way and push these busters to the front. On purpose. Think about the dudes that's doing this type of stuff. Think about the dudes that's trying to set these dudes in certain positions, bro, to have a voice. We put this person here, right? He gonna get all this BS started. That's gonna sound out the supposed real niggas. Get them real niggas out the way. Now, we got an SNY rat right here. And his sidekick, a federal informant. And on top of that, the whole headquarters is the police station. Niggas been getting wrapped up there left and right. And I'm talking about Whole Jumper. There's no secret about that. I'm talking about Whole Jumper. And the many people that has went through there and ended up in handcuffs or deceased. So think about what's going on, bro. Y'all really, really need to think about what's going on. And I beg of all the real dudes, I know, don't nobody want to get told on. I don't want to get told on. I've been paying attention to what's going on. You know, me speaking out like this, I know these dudes are rats. They don't have no problem with telling. I get it. However, man, hey, I've been the sacrificial lamb all my life. You feel me? It has to be said. And it has to be heard amongst the people, amongst the real ones. Because it's real dudes that really do still exist in this game. And them the ones that I give all the love and respect to. You know what I'm saying? The ones that is still standing strong, but also knowledgeable enough to know, okay, well, I'm not dumb enough to jump behind a camera and say this and say that. I'm not dumb enough to jump behind the camera and address a PCSNY rat. Because really, they ain't supposed to get no acknowledgement, bro. In prison, when you go to the hole and they back there in the hole, because they be back there deep as a motherfucker. But when you go back there, we never talk. I am a prisoner on the mainline yard that never in a million years think about nothing going on no PC yard. That's a life that I would never know. I am never curious about that life. Ever. You feel me? There's no acknowledgement, but at the same time, ain't no way in hell I'm finna be on YouTube with a platform, a righteous one. I consider myself to be a righteous one, a real one, right? Proven. Still on the main line. 31 years. I can't sit and watch these dudes paint false narratives about what prison is and what level 4 prison inmate mentality is. Being old, mad, trying to wreck young homies. Man, get up out of here with that, bro. That's false. Any young dude, Crip or Blood. I'm saying Crip and Blood because I know both sides. As a matter of fact, y'all know what I think I might do, man? I might bring a couple of these dudes that I know personally, right, onto my platform. So y'all can see. I don't just talk to talk here. The way that I talk to y'all is the same way I talk to a lot of these dudes in here with me, Crips and Bloods. Same way. And they get it. Just like I get them. There's no false narratives being pushed here. There's no need to. Why would I need to push a false narrative about a PC SNY rat? Why? And how they end up on those yards. Why? As a person that's been in prison for 30 motherfucking 1 years, why would I ever have to create false scenarios about these dudes that couldn't make the cut? In 2026 in prison, it's soft as a motherfucker now. There's nothing like high. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, right? It's still danger zone, but it's night and day compared to how it was when I first came in to how it is now. I promise you that. I got a stack of 115s to prove it. It wasn't easy. My prison time wasn't no cakewalk. I was around a whole bunch of wolves from everywhere. That I've named quite a few guys that I've been around. It's on my show. You know what I'm saying? A number of guys. A number of them. Wolves. Real ones from everywhere. I can't come on here and fake the phone. I can't come sit on this platform and lie and misguide and misdirect anybody. When I have the 16 Alives out there, when I have the Damian Porters out there, and there's so many other dudes, bro, that has been through this same walk, that was blessed enough to be able to go through that journey, make it to the other side, they're out there free. You don't see these dudes standing on no goddamn street corners, tossing up no gang signs in these gang vlogs, leading the youth into destruction of their own community. I have yet to see that from any of these guys. So how the fuck do we become the bad ones for speaking truth to the youth? How? How is these PC SNY rats given the platforms and the voices to paint these false scenarios on real ones? When real ones is not, we hurting them with the truth. You a PC. If you went to a PC yard, you're a PC, period. Straight up. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. Let me check this chat real quick. Mac, and shout out to you. The Making of a Man TV. Rich, shout out to you, Brody. Beach Boy, my brethren, shout out to you. As always, that's a real one right there. What's that? Cliff Golden, 3102. Shout out to you, Brody. Appreciate you. Miss Golden, I see you, beautiful woman. Shout out to you. Always. Hold on, y'all. Let me cut this camera. I'm still here, though. I ain't He ain't done. Who else up in this cheese at? Jada. Jada say, damn, bro, you been down since I was 3 years old. Hey, Jada. That ain't nothing to be proud of, bro, for me. Right? That ain't nothing to be proud of. That's nothing that I'm proud of. You feel me? It hurts my heart every time I have to say that, but it's important that people hear that. It's important that people know that you actually have a person that's in prison on a level 4 general population yard that's willing to step out there and sacrifice himself to get the truth out there. You feel me? A person that I really care about the communities, not just mine, but all of y'all's. I don't want to see those misguided with bad information and looking at these online personalities like they the ones, like they got it right. When a lot of these dudes either went to a PC yard or they're friends with PCs. These dudes are not the chosen ones, bro. Ain't nothing fly or cool about none of that. Straight up. So again, I don't take pleasure in being in prison all those years. Those are years that I would never be able to get back, bro. Think about it. You was 3 years old, right? And I was 21, about to be 22. You feel me? So the last memories of that my moms have of me being free was a 21, 22-year-old kid, right? Snatched up, thrown in prison all these years. You feel me? And now she got to meet the man that I've become through this screen, just like y'all. So no, I don't, it hurts my heart. You feel me? But again, like I said, I'll be that sacrificial lamb as long as it don't take a whole bunch of y'all to have to come through this shit in order to get it, in order to understand. Prison is real. And it ain't no love in prison. Don't nobody want to show a prisoner no love until they need a prisoner for something. You feel me? A gangster and a gentleman. Shout out to you, bro. Bro say salute to the round table. Salute to you too, bro. Appreciate you. Blue Shitani, shout out to you, bro. I've been messing with bro all day. I appreciate you for tapping in, homie. He said protection of the community. That is where it started. Absolutely. That's what it was supposed to be about, man. And in my humble opinion, that's what it is with me. You feel me? As much destruction as that I have personally done within my community, it's a shame. It's shameful. Now, as an elder man looking back at all the dumb stuff that I was doing, bro. Robbing and doing all the stuff that I was doing out there, bro. And, you know, hey, as an elder dude now, yeah, I can look back on that shamefully. But at that time, I had no shame about what I was doing. I was, you know, considered myself to be a full-fledged gang member. So I was doing what I was doing, went to jail, and continued to do what I was doing. I didn't have to hit no pause button on my gangsterism. Oh, I don't want to be a gangster today. I don't want to do this. Pause. Nah. But none of that. You was held to a standard. You feel me? But I don't, you know, it's shameful. 31 years, man, in prison, bro. Wizard, shout out to you, my bro. Appreciate you for tapping in as well. That's my bro from Australia. Shout out to you. Then beloved. Eddie Boy. Eddie Boy say I was there. Yeah, I know you was there, Eddie Boy. We was on the same yard together, Calipatria B yard. Calipatria B yard. When I first got to that prison, I landed in the reception building. I think it was 5 or 6 block where you was at, Eddie Boy. Right? And you was in the cell with bro from Long Beach. I can't remember his name. Y'all was in like cell like 117. When I first got to that prison, you was in the cell with bro from Long Beach. Y'all was in like 117. When I first got there, me and the homie No Good, Lil No Good from Fadu's Broadway was sellers. When I first got there, then I ended up moving in the cell with my homeboy Lil Bird from my set. Groovy Deezy, shout out to you, Brody. He said J Hood from a small hood that needs him, I guess. Hey man, I ain't even gonna attack that person's hood, man, because at the end of the day, right, his hood ain't on social media. He is. You feel me? So nah, I ain't finna run his community through the mill. But him, trash. Straight up. Chris Barge. Shout out to you, man. I'm glad you was able to catch the live, man. I try to do it, in a reasonable time frame, but I'm glad you was able to catch it, bro. Mac Mackin, much love to Bakersfield as well, homeboy. Shout out to Bakersfield. Chris Boris say, I caught Damian Porter's reaction video earlier. This 50-50 YouTube argument got out of hand. Well, actually, no, it didn't get out of hand, bro. You feel me? In all honesty, it's not enough real ones willing to step up on behalf of the real ones. We are getting sounded out by these foul characters. You feel me? You can't, y'all can't nobody in their right mind ever in a million years, bro, convince me that you really stand for something and you standing next to somebody that has been on a PC yard. If y'all are against chomos, ain't no way in hell you would ever be willing to be friends or associates with nobody that went to that yard. Period. So nah, it ain't got out of hand, not in my opinion. You feel me? I feel like it needs to be more awareness from real ones, as representations of us. Niggas done walk down all these years, bro, behind these walls, through all the wars, all the gang banging. Like I said, I was an active Crip. It wasn't easy being a Crip. Crips got the absolute most enemies out of anybody. We go against the Bloods. We go against the police. We go against the Southside Serranios. We go against the white boys. We go against anybody. It wasn't easy being a Crip. Straight up, especially back in when I first came in. Why y'all think I got so many points, bro? You feel me? I don't get BS write-ups. I don't get no BS write-ups, bro. Nah, I don't, bro. And again, that's not bragging about no violence or none of that stuff. It's about survival. It's really about survival. And it's easy to survive in prison if you're doing the things that you were supposed to do. Which is, listen, let me point out the level 4 rules to y'all. right? So we can have a real clear and concise understanding on these things, right? You don't come to a level 4 prison yard with any bad marks on your report card, such as being a rat, because you would definitely get, if it come out, you get removed off the yard, period, right? You got bad charges like rapist of any kind, child, woman of any kind, you're out of there, period. Them the main ones off the top, you out of there. Okay, now let's just say you come and you don't have those bad reports on your report card, right? But you get there and you bring some of those bad habits from the streets and from the LA County Jail with you to these yards, right? Well, you're gonna be sat down. Some OGs, the dudes that's been on those yards for a number of years, that that has their mind right, that is able to have good communications with they car, they homeboys, right? They're gonna sit you down and they're gonna run everything down to you and let you know what is and what isn't. You don't steal. You don't disrespect nobody. Crip blood, Southsider, Northaniel, other, whoever. You don't disrespect nobody, right? And you definitely don't mess with men. Sticking things in other men's rectums and all that stuff, that's out. You come, if by chance you one of the ones that's into that, it's gonna catch up to you, and I promise you, you will be brought up on harsh charges. Harsh, the harshest of the harshest. I promise you that. Period. Other than that, live your life on the level 4 general population yard, bro. All this other stuff these do, or they tried to make me do this, they tried to make me do that, where they must have felt you was a buster. Period. Busters get sent on missions. It was something about you that they seen that wasn't righteous. Or as my homies from Hoover said, just something about you that wasn't groovy. Period. You feel me? Earn strap, strap along. Shout out to you. Let me throw you up on the board, bro. From Boston. Shout out to Boston too. Shout out to Boston, man. I can't pronounce your name. Strapalon. Earn Strapalon. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Boston, man. Salute. Groovy Daisy. Now he Eddie Boy on YouTube snitching on his homie, Big U, LOL, snitches. Groovy Daisy on Hoover. Nasty work. Chris Barr, salute again, Brody. Earn strap along, man. Hey, man, shout out to 16 to Life, man. And shout out to you. He came over from 16 to Life, man. Shout out to all of y'all that has come from over there. Shout out to all of y'all that has come from Damian Porter as well. You feel me? That's I appreciate both of them gentlemen, man. They do the absolute best content, in my humble opinion, when it comes to the everything. They cover everything. It ain't just about prison. Ruby Deasy says getting broken down in its proper perspective. Absolutely. Dabo Robbins, my bro. Hey, let me throw this up on the screen real quick, because I'm seeing more and more of that. Dabo, and that's what's making shit more fucked up, bro. You feel me? That's what's making shit more fucked up. He say this shit is a mess. And these dudes out here talking about they don't care what yards these dudes parole from. This is the outcome of not caring. That is absolute truth. And that's what I mean by the confusing mixed messages. Because here it is, you have people like myself, people like Damian Porter, people like Trigger Bird, people like 16 to Life, and so on, right? That know what the truth is, right? And we not just preaching it, but living it. But then you got these other dudes that's saying, oh, we don't care. We don't care. That don't even make that man counterproductive, like I said, bro. Extremely. Oh yeah. Groovy Deezy say they gonna care if they go back to prison. They absolutely gonna care when they go back to prison. Especially if they have to hit that level 4 yard. You went to an SNY yard and you mess up down there, you got to go back to a level 4. Hey, man, look, fuck that. If it go off, y'all stay. But look, let me show y'all something. I'm in prison. I'm in a prison cell, bro. Y'all see this top bunk? That's available for any SNY dude. You on the SNY yard and you mess up and you come back to a level 4, my cell is wide open for you. Guess what's gonna happen? You feel me? Guess what's gonna happen? Yeah, I'm really in prison, bro. Really in prison, really on the level 4. But guess what's gonna happen to you? All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back, man. Hey, see, that's why I didn't want to move my camera around because I knew that thing was gonna cut off. You feel me? But shit, it's about time to start wrapping this thing up anyway, man. You feel me? Shout out to those of y'all that stuck around. Please excuse the interference. That's why I didn't want to move the camera, but I had to show y'all. I had to show y'all, man. This is not no green screen. This is not for fake. This is not for play. This is real life. Point blank, period, man. So don't be fooled by the chitter chatter of a PC SNY rat. Don't be fooled by none of that. Locks Kent, shout out to South Carolina, man. Shout out to you. I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Groovy Deezy said it's these younger guys under 47. Yeah. Groovy Deezy say the streets are more trickier than they ever were on West Side Hoover. I can believe it, bro. Sonny Boy, that's the homie, man. Shout out to you, man. Better late than never, Brody. Earn strap along. He said the crazy thing about these PCs and rat dudes doing prison content on YouTube, be extra tough and gangster. That be the red flag for me, because all the ones who really walk that walk be the cool, calm. Yeah. There's no need to jump behind the camera and, with all the extras, bro. When you've been through everything that you can possibly have gone through in prison, you know what I'm saying? There's no need for no extra stuff. There's no need. Did it? He said, "What you know about 23 and 1? Locked down all day, underground, never seeing the sun, visage stripped from you, never seeing your son. You got bricks on the strip, never seeing them get done." Did it crazy. He said, "What you know about them 4 letters? Not the kind you write or the kind you sit down and type sign at the margin. Get it right. I'm talking about that real time life like Eddie or Martin." Diddy, what the hell? Crazy. But unfortunately, man, I'm finna get up out of here, man. I hate that the video cut off like that, but I knew it was gonna happen once I moved this camera around. But it was imperative that y'all see. I don't want people thinking like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really here, bro. I'm really here. You know what I'm saying? Level 4 mainline general population yard, bro. Not no PC 50/50 EOP SNY, none of that stuff. None of that applies here to me. You feel me? I'm here as the voice for the righteous, the people that are on those mainline yards, the level 4 mainline yards. You feel me? That's not going to jump behind the camera and say what needs to be said. So I'm saying it for them. Straight up. You feel me? But yeah, I'm finna get up out of here, man. I've taken up more than enough of y'all time. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Shout out to all the new subscribers too, man. You feel me? I definitely appreciate all y'all, bro. Shout out to 16 of Life. Shout out to Damian Porter, Inside Story. You feel me? Shout out to Big Biff over at the Chaos Chronicles. You feel me? Shout out to everybody, man, that's willing to step up, and be a voice. Be a real voice for the righteous and not allow these faulty fake characters to paint false narratives on real dudes. They trying to shut us up. They trying to get us out the way and put the PCs and these other foul characters in place. They trying to make them the voice. And we can't have that. You can't have a conscious mind, bro, and go for that. At some point, we got to stand up for something. We got to stand for something. You feel me? And again, the gangbanging stuff, I'm not pushing that narrative. You feel me? But what I am going to say in regards to that, if you are a person that considers himself to be a gang member, be that all the way. Be that all the way. Considering going to a 50-50 yard, that's out. That's not being a gang member. You're putting a pause on your gangsterism. I'll pause that until I get back out and then get back out and rah, 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 rah. Man, come on, bro. Come on. Somebody got to step up on behalf of real ones. And I'm seeing it slowly but surely. I'm seeing it, man. Real talk. But yeah, I'm finna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, taking the time out to come sit at this round table with me, man. You feel me? Hey, did it? I'm not even gonna touch that one, right? Because you know, I'm not even gonna touch that one, bro. You feel me? Everything is speaks for itself. Everything is pretty much self-explanatory on what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said again, real ones don't socialize with PCs. Real ones ain't finna be buddy buddy with PCs. Real ones ain't finna be in cahoots with PCs. Real ones ain't finna have no attachments or affiliation or none of that to no PC S and Y rats. Period. If you a man of character, fuck the gang banging shit. A man of character with children or children in your family, women and all that, right? Ain't no way. And you call yourself standing up on something, standing for something, right? Ain't no way a real one is gonna go out like that or be accepting of that. You feel me? And y'all have to stop allowing this guy at Whole Jumper to orchestrate this gang stuff. It's my understanding that he is the one that is bringing these SNY PCs onto his platform amongst these guys. And you know that's not right. Bringing them amongst these supposed um, gang members or gang affiliates or gang associates, whatever they classify themselves at. But in that life, you gang members, bro, y'all know it's not right, bro. You mean to tell me you gonna come to a level 4 yard and be cool with SNY? Hey, hey, hey. It's and what's crazy is it's not hard to be in the lane of positiveness. We've been in the lane of positiveness here at this roundtable forever, but that's not what the people are gravitating to. The people are gravitating to the PCs. That's jumping online, telling all these stories about all the people they knocked out and stuffed food up other guys' rectums after they knocked them out. How can y'all not classify these dudes as being homosexuals? You violate a man like that, you call yourself humiliating him or whatever. Nah, that's homosexuality, bro. You can't get away with nothing like that on no mainline general population yard. So what's the next best thing for people that's into doing that type of stuff? Go to the PC yard where you can do that type of stuff. You can lay up in the bed with men. Y'all got condoms over there. I haven't heard of one of y'all getting each other pregnant yet, but they definitely got condoms over there. You feel me? And there's no structure. There's no nothing. Like I said, I seen this guy in the cell with a white man. Now, the only time that that's gonna happen in prison, if you got a white crib or a Hispanic Crip or blood, Hispanic blood or white blood, Hispanic Crip or white Crip, right? That's the only way one of them type of people is going to end up in the cell with a black man on a general population mainline yard. That's the only way. Outside of that, just doing it just to do it, like them dudes was over there. It's a whole lot of loving going on up in that prison cell. Straight up. I'm calling the ball a ball, a strike a strike. And dudes want to speak about the homosexuality stuff. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Some of these dudes have been brought up on some cold charges, bro. Some of these people that y'all frequent their channels, big fans. Y'all big fans of some of these characters, right? Self-admitted to putting things up other men's rectums. Allegations of, cozying up with another man in the same bed. Raping men. For lack of a better term, booty bandits. Butt pirates. You name it, all that is over on the 50/50. AKA PC. And I'm not trying to hear none of that BS about, oh, it was going on the main lines too, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. That shit got abolished. You're right. It was. It was. Casper Loaf, shout out to my bro, man, Altadena Block's finest. And he just asked a question that I'm going to answer honestly. Bro said, quick question. Let me throw this up on the board. He said, should any active real one be in Vacaville? Okay. Now, Vacaville, from what I know of it, right, is well, from what I knew of it to be, it was a lot of homosexuals there. That was the place where they housed a lot of the guys that had breasts, that had real breasts. You know what I'm saying? That really, really like took on the female persona. They had a lot of those type of dudes in Vacaville, along with the people that had AIDS. You feel me? So if you was a homosexual and you had AIDS, you was going to Vacaville. And we always looked at that joint as a no-go, in all honesty. Do they still house those type of people there today? That I'm not sure. Is that a good yard to be on, Vacaville, or a good prison, period? I believe Vacaville to be all PC. I could be wrong. That's not one of the ones, one of the prisons that was listed to me as being a good lower level prison to be in. So in my humble opinion, I'm gonna say Vacaville is out, bro. Vacaville is all bad. But again, I could be wrong about that spot, but from what I know, all bad. Should no real one be there. Period. Diddy said JCat activities. Yeah. Hey, bro, listen. Why do it surprise y'all, right? When some type of gay stuff come out on one of these dudes, right? When they done told, the whole internet about the things they was doing in the Los Angeles County Jail. Sticking stuff in dudes' butts. You feel me? Like I done heard some crazy stuff, bro. I done heard some crazy stuff. I done heard dudes making G-string panties out of a sheet and forcing dudes to walk down the tier in the G-string. You, hey, I done heard some crazy stuff, bro. And that is true facts. Y'all think I'm capping? I'll bring somebody on here that definitely, they probably can give you better detail about that G-string story than I can. For real, for real. You feel me? But it should not surprise y'all, that dudes was sleeping with men in whatever institution that they was in. When they, are running around freely talking about what they stuck in other men's rectums. When did that type of thing become gangster? When did that become like a hard thing to do where somebody would look at you like, oh yeah, you're a real one for that? When did that become a thing? That sounds like a homosexual exploring his sexual fetish to me. Straight up. I'm just keeping it real. I'm calling a baller, strike a strike. And I know it's going to be some motherfuckers out there offended by it, but I don't care. You know why? I'm offended. I'm offended each and every time I got to turn on YouTube and I see one of these PC dudes barking like they're a real one, being given the voice and the platform to do this. Dudes making up false ass scenarios on real ones. Painting real ones out to be, man. Hey, shout out to Damian Porter, bro. You feel me? Because I seen a show bro did where he spoke his mind and he spoke his truth and he got completely crucified for it. You feel me? And not from his community, from other internet busters. I'm not speaking as to his community. I'm talking about these dudes on the internet, bro. That probably ain't never even set foot in no prison or no jail. But y'all have the harshest criticism for somebody that actually walked that walk, that actually lived the life. Y'all really backseat drivers. Casper said, thanks, cuz I thought so. Shaking my, yeah, bro. Hey, Cass. Um, yeah, man, that's a bad spot, bro. Feel me? That spot always been like weird, straight up. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I've taken up way more than enough of y'all time. I appreciate everybody, man, for tapping in. You feel me? Hey, we gonna definitely stay on subject when it comes to this stuff, man, because somebody got to do it. And being that I'm here and have a voice and gonna keep it 1,000,000% real, I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to water down anything. You feel me? I would much rather not say anything about these PCS and Y dudes. However, their voice is just becoming a little too loud for me, too loud for my comfort zone. And I consider myself to be a real one. And I got to turn on YouTube and I see a person that paroled from a PCR barking like he done been through all the wars that I've been through. I done been through all kind of shit, and I would never get at nobody on no live broadcast like that. You get mad because you get called a PC and you parole from a PC yard. Make that make sense to me. What are you if you're not a PC? That ain't why I went there. That ain't how I ended up over there. Don't matter how you ended up over there. The point is, you ended up over there, so you're one of them. You would never get the benefits of a homie that been through the trenches, that's still in the trenches, that can get a fight. You want to fight me, and you a homie, and you've been through the trenches, you gonna get that. Knock me out, black my eye, bust my nose, bust my lip. We homies, man. We gonna shake hands after that and keep the line moving. Why? Because you get those benefits as a homie because you've been in the trenches. You didn't mark the game. The dudes that marked the game that went the other side, oh, you get nothing. All your benefits is done. That's a wrap. Straight up. So y'all can get that. And let me make this clear. And because I'm saying they don't get a fair one, if y'all think that make me scared to fight, you crazy as hell. You're crazy. Nah. That makes me a person that respect the foundation of what I was brought up on. If we giving PCs head up fades, we might as well invite them all back to the main line, back to the hoods. Straight up. On that note, hey, I'm finna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all time. Thank you all, man, for tapping into the Swang Low podcast show. And if you haven't already did it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swang Low podcast show, Do Rock Creep. I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in, man, because I promise y'all, this ain't gonna be it. I promise you that. And go check out some of the older content that I got on my channel, man. It covers a whole bunch of this stuff. Y'all get a great perspective of what my mentality is, what my push is. It's, the negative stuff, nah, we don't be on that. However, if it comes across to y'all as me being negative for defending myself as a man of standard, like there's others. You feel me? Hey, then I guess I'm a negative person. But those of y'all that's real round table family here, y'all know the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't be on that over here. You get nothing but the real. Nothing but the real. Straight up. And again, I encourage all you young dudes that have no gang affiliation, don't join this stuff, bro. Because these dudes give you every reason in the book not to. It makes no think about some of the things that has been said. How these dudes is getting down online. You feel me? A SNY PC rat calling the motherfucker out for a fade on a live broadcast. I'm a real one. Call me out, take you behind the building, and I pop you. They know who did it. You called me out on live. So I'm caught. It's a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to not be in a position like that, you dudes that's been to prison before, you gang members, y'all know you're not supposed to be sitting on no panel with no PCSNY rat anyway. Let alone giving them a fade. I don't care how nobody look at it, bro. The rules are the rules. PCSNYs gets no head up fade, period. They don't get no head up nothing. It gets real tricky for them. Once you go to that side, tricky. I'm gonna make sure of it. You feel me? Shout out to Face the Music, man. That's my bro right there, man. Compton's finest. Much love to you, man. Shout out to Deuce M's. Shout out to Yael. Shout out to the Dalmu and Keyway conversation, man, as well. You feel me? They doing great things. Those are some other guys, man, that's stepping up on behalf of real niggas, man. You feel me? And giving us a voice. You feel me? It's important that more of us, Crips and Bloods, step up on our behalf. I'm not telling y'all to go out and activate and get active on nobody, but at least step up and say something, bro, to let people know, nah, these PC dudes got it wrong. They lying. Them and they compadres, they are lying about this shit. Oh, the streets is dead. The streets is this. It's over with and blah. No. You're dead. You're over with. Period. The streets is going to continue to street. While you're here and long after you're gone, the streets is going to continue to street, bro. Period. So let's not bite on the false narratives, bro. For real, for real. On that note, I'm finna get up out of here, man. I love and appreciate all of y'all, man. For real, for real. Thank you all for tapping in to the Swang Low podcast. I greatly appreciate it wholeheartedly. That's some real shit, bro. All right. All right. As soon as I wrap this up, Face, I got you. As soon as I wrap this up, Brody, I got you. Let me throw that up on the screen real quick before I get up out of here. You feel me? But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all let the people know that's in y'all life that you love and appreciate them while you can, because tomorrow is promised to none of us, man. You feel me? I had to learn the hard way, you know, about appreciating, being more appreciative of what you have while you got it. You know, I had to learn that the hard way by sitting cramped up in these steel prison cells, you know, concrete wall all around me. You know what I'm saying? When I cut this camera off, I'm back to doing prison time. I'm back level 4 general population inmate. When this camera go off, I'm back to level 4, bro. Mainlining, bro. That's my reality. Allow my reality to be the voice of reason for y'all to not want to come be a part of this shit. For real, that's the best message that I can try to give to y'all, that I've been consistently trying to give to y'all, while getting interrupted with all this SNY 50-50 PC shit. It just rubs me the wrong way, bro. It should rub any wrong nigga the wrong way. For real. On that note, man, I love all y'all, man. To the next time we meet at this round table, y'all take care, stay safe, man. Triple gang.